You don't really know much about Halloween.
Hello and welcome back to another unboxing video. I am your host Joel. I am one half of the Newlydeads, and if you are unfamiliar with myself or my wife, please stop by thenewlydeads.com for all of your information about the other content we create, our television show, where you can find that, our 2 blogs that we write, our podcast of our show that we put out, as well as events where we're going to be vending. We're both artists, so if you want to check out what we have to sell, you can come by one of those events. We just recently were at a Summerween event, which was a lot of fun, and we got to see a lot of people. So if you ever want to know where we're at, check out our website. Or if you can't find what you're looking for and you have questions, comments, concerns, you can reach us at contact@thenewlydeads.com, and we would be happy to enlighten you in any way that we can. So on this haul, Vinegar Syndrome put out their partner label product in June. I already did my unboxing for the Halfway to Black Friday sale, as well as the subscriber box for the month. So this is the one partner item that I ended up picking up, and then they had a partner sale, and there were a couple of things I grabbed that were super cheap there. So that's what this box is consisting of. So the first one we have here is, as most of you know, I'm a shot on video guy. I'm a fan now. So we have The Video Murders. This is from 1988. This was directed by Jim McCullough Sr., who did Mountaintop Motel Massacre and a Nacho Chihuahua, which I've heard of one and not the other. I'll let you guess which one. For this film, the plot involves David Lee Shepard, who desperately wants to work in the video business and is luring hookers into his hotel room so that he can videotape himself strangling them. Sounds like a good time. The police conclude that a serial killer is at work, and thus begins an intense manhunt. This stars one Eric Brown, who, if you've ever seen Mama's Family, if you remember Vinton Buzz Harper Jr. from 31 episodes of the show, he's in this. The trivia for this, which I thought was kind of interesting, was this was written by Jim McCullough Jr., who is the son of Jim McCullough Sr., who directed it. So we've got some slipcover porn here, and then the inside we've got the same cover that's on the outside slipcover. We've got all of the special features, some shots of the film itself. Then on the inside we've got, again, another shot from the film and the the Blu-ray. Most of these don't have booklets, which is fine. You gotta save money somehow, and some of these, they're pretty sparse, so they may not have much need for a booklet because there's not much to say. The next one we have is from 1989. This is Game of Survival. This film is directed by Armand Ghazarian, who did Prison Planet, which, again, one that I've heard but I've not actually seen. The plot of this one is that a warrior from another planet must battle 6 opponents from different parts of the universe. Sounds like a good time. I think I just said that, actually, with the other one. This stars one Rod Kuntz, who was a bodybuilder, and this was his only credit. I couldn't find any interesting trivia on this, although I've heard about this film a lot, and I've never seen it. I'm very familiar with this cover because I've seen it popped up a lot in my recommended things to check out. So I don't know a lot about this one, aside what I've just kind of shown or read to you there. We've got this, sticking my finger in his nose. You have this, if you want to flip the cover art, you've got this alternate art here you can put on there from, I'm assuming, the original VHS or DVD copy. This one intrigues me, though, because, it looks like a kind of almost like a post-apocalyptic, like Megaforce kind of thing you've got going on here. It's interesting. I'm curious about that one. I've heard about it a lot. So I finally caved. Next up, we have Death Magic from 1992. Check out that rad cover. This is directed by Paul Clinico, who did Sweet Love and Deadly. The plot of this film is that a group of 5 magicians perform a spell that brings a soldier from the Civil War back to life. You can see him up there at the top. Who then goes on a killing spree against the descendants of the people who convicted him of murder in 1875. That doesn't sound like it's going to end well for anyone. This stars one John Reedy, who is in the Toxic Avenger 1 and 2. And again, being kind of a minimalistic outing, there was not any trivia that I could find of any note. So I don't have anything there to really share with you. Again, we've got the Death Magic logo there, and then we have an alternate cover option if you want to swap it out from what's on the front, which is not really that much different. You get a little bit more of the main antagonist there on the interior sleeve. I don't ever really change my sleeves. I always leave them as I get them. Personal preference, but some people like to switch it up. Next, we have the Night Ripper from 1986. Kind of a real sparse looking cover here. It's raised, which is nice. This is directed by Jeff Hathcock, who I wrote this down because I thought it was funny sounding. Fertilize the blaspheming bombshell. Sounds like something on Pornhub. The plot of this one is simple. It's just a maniac stalks and kills models, which if you're going to stalk and kill anybody, I don't know why you chose models, but okay. The thing that really got my attention with this, aside from this interesting cover art, is the one of the main stars of this is Larry Thomas, who most of you might recognize from Seinfeld as being the soup Nazi. This is another shot on video outing. A lot to see on the cover there. Another version of it's pretty much the same as what's on the slip cover. But yeah, I believe he plays a detective in this. And, the guy's obviously got a lot more credits than that one television show. And he was only on that show for like the very last episode, and then the actual Soup Nazi episode. I think he may have been on 3 episodes, two that I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, but that's what he's known for. So I'm like, I want to see him in something different. So there you go. We got 2 more things here. The next one is Flesh Merchant, which sounds like something you don't want to go to the butcher counter to ask for. This is from 1993, the year I graduated high school. That'll date me. This is directed by Mike Tristano, who directed Cannibal Taboo. Never heard of it. Sounds interesting, though. The plot of this one is a team of LA detectives hunts down the ringleader of a sex slave operation in this thriller. That's all it says. Which, again, I believe this is another shot on video. This one stars Joe Estevez, which, yeah, that Estevez is in, Emilio Estevez. They are related. Joe Estevez did a lot of movies with, there was a pairing. I forget the other person that was the other pairing, but they paired them together. So it was like Sheen and Estevez, but it was their uncles or fathers or something. I forget. But yeah, he's in this. It sounds pretty low rent, which is how I like it sometimes, like a little 90s exhibitionist fare. Got an interesting little cover there. We've got some late night Skinamax thing going on there with Mr. Estevez hanging out. You can kind of see him in this here. There he is. He does look a little like, especially right here. Get my face out of the way. You can see the Sheen family resemblance. He's not the best actor, but he tries hard. And I've seen a lot of movies from him. This is Raised too. Very nice. And finally, the thing I'm most excited about and why I saved the best for last, if you're from the Chicago area, then you already know this person. I've been hoping somebody was going to take the time to start putting his material out. He's been putting it out for himself, and you can buy it directly from him on DVD. And I'm sure on VHS before that, but I'm not sure though. Anyway, I was waiting for somebody to put it on Blu-ray. Not that it's going to improve the quality of the film itself, but it's going to at least give it a new life. And some people may not have heard of David the Rock Nelson. There's the man. I hesitated buying the slipcover because it is a little bit more expensive, but I had to have the slipcover. This is the David Rock Nelson Collection, Volume 1 from 1993 to 94, respectively. I had to look and make sure the dates on it. But he's still making movies today. He's never stopped. He's at all the conventions. He goes and he interviews, people left and right. And he always, likes to throw his devil ant at them after he gets permission to have them in his movies. So he's got movies that have a whole lot of people in that shouldn't. Granted, it's these little 30-second cameos, but it's a lot of fun. And he always, hams it up, and he's an interesting guy. Former boxer. I think he might still box. He's in good shape for a guy of his age, but he's a fascinating figure. And in this area, he's very well known in the Chicagoland area. I'm outside of Chicago now, but so this is directed by him. All of these, a lot of them star him. Almost all of them star him. Or Conrad Brooks is in a few of them. You may remember that name from Plan 9 from Outer Space and a bunch of the other Wood movies. He was one of Ed Wood's main celebrity stars, people that worked with him. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. He was Kelton the cop in, if I remember correctly, in the Plan 9, as well as he reprised that role in a few other movies. He's best known, Dave the Rock Nelson is best known as the Ed Wood of the 90s, which then became the Ed Wood of the 90s and beyond, which then became Ed Wood of the 21st century. And he bears that badge of honor proudly. Like, and this right here, that's Conrad Brooks fighting the werewolf. There's a lot of movies with Saddam Hussein and a bunch of other people. Like, he just likes to have weird mashups with Frankenstein fighting Dracula and Dracula fighting Saddam Hussein, and I don't know. It's crazy stuff, but it's so much fun. Here, I'm going to set this down so you can see the inside of this. There's a lot of really great stuff here. I've already looked at the book, and he's got a YouTube channel, so if you ever want to check out his Monsta channel, he says Monsta with an H. There's the man, the myth, the legend right there. I recommend it. He's a lot of fun. Super nice guy, very high energy. If you ever see him interviewed, it's difficult to watch sometimes because he is so high energy, which is fun, But he's just seems like he's always having a good time. He loves to make movies. Whether they're good or not remains to be seen as far as your personal preferences. I'm a fan, but I like the passion and the heart that he puts into it. So they're easy to find. You can go check them out. And I'm hoping that this means that there's going to be enough interest that they'll continue to put out collections. The only problem is that because he has such a deep bench of movies that he's made, I don't know that they're ever going to be able to cover them all. So I don't know if this is kind of a fool's errand, so to speak. There's the devil ant. Because at some point, somebody's going to be like, I don't want, 10,000 more. I will. As long as they're putting them out, I'm interested. So Vinegar Syndrome, if you're looking for your market, I'm right here. All right. So let me put this back in. That is it for this small haul ball, Paul. I don't know. I'm just rhyming at this point because I'm tired. So thank you guys for watching. There'll be more unboxing videos coming soon. I don't have anything strictly on the horizon. This is it for right now. But there's, I'm sure, more to come sooner than later because problem, kids. That's all there is to it. Right. Just remember that tomorrow is never guaranteed, so don't forget to unbox your heart, and we'll see you next time.
Should be done, you see, between the real and the unreal. The dead might be looking in. Halloween, the festival of Samhain. Happy Halloween.